Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will discuss about the field investigation of the soil. Well, generally before any construction, we conduct soil investigation to understand various properties of the soil, like the bearing capacity of the soil, what is the position of water table in the ground, what is the settlement rate. In case if there is a clay soil, then we try to understand what is the settlement rate. So basically, in this soil investigation, we try to determine the profile of natural soil. What is the profile? Uh, what is the strata? If we want to find out the hard strata where we want to place our foundation, so that is also being determined in this, and determining various engineering or geotechnical properties of the soil. This is also done in this field investigation, and also we conduct some laboratory test, some field test to determine various properties of the soil. So basically, first we will see what is the objective of this field investigation, why do we do this field investigation. So basically there are some objectives. So in this, the first objective is to know about the order of occurrence of the soil and rock strata. Well, we know that soil deposits are in layer on any ground. So maybe on the ground level, there may be sandy soil, and at some depth, there may be a clay soil. Then at other depth, there may be silty and clay soil. So generally, soil occurs in the layer. So first, our objective is to understand this profiling, this profile of the ground, to what depth it is sandy soil, or at what depth it is clay soil. So all this profile is to be determined. So that is our first objective. Then second is to understand the position of the groundwater level. Where is this groundwater level present in the ground? Sometimes groundwater level may be available on the surface, on the ground only, or sometimes it may be say 2 meter below, or maybe 3 meter below, or maybe 10 meter below. So that position is very important in the design of foundation, because if water is available on the surface, then the bearing capacity of soil will be less. So therefore it becomes very important to understand where is the uh, water level is available, and what is the variation of this water level. Then the next objective is to determine the geotechnical properties of the soil. So we have just discussed the geotechnical properties. So those properties can be determined while we are doing this field investigation of the soil. Also, to select the suitable type of foundation. So generally, this soil investigation is done by a geotechnical engineer, and sometimes geotechnical engineer also suggest what kind of foundation is suitable for that particular soil available in that particular ground, and also to estimate the uh, settlement or differential settlement in the ground. So by chance, if there is a clay soil available, then in clay soil settlement occur. So if we know the properties of the soil, we can initially estimate how much settlement can occur in the soil because of the presence of the building. And also to find out the bearing capacity of the soil. So that is also the objective of this field investigation. To select suitable soil improvement technique. By chance, if there is a soil of poor quality, then in that case, sometimes we enhance the property of the soil by applying some techniques. So that is also decided upon the field investigation. And to select a suitable construction equipment, so depending on the type of soil, sometimes we also select different type of construction equipment. So that can also be done once we understand the soil profile, soil composition, and also to forecast problems occurring in foundation and their solution. So as I said, there may be different types of soil, and if there is a soil of poor condition which will be having low bearing capacity, so we can easily forecast the problem that it will be having low bearing capacity. So therefore, such kind of improvement or enhancement can be done in the soil. So all these forecast of problem and their solution can be done once we understand the properties and profiling of the soil. So that is the objective of field investigation. Now we will understand what are the various stages that are being that we generally follow for the field investigation of the soil. So generally, this investigation is done in stage-wise manner. So first stage is site reconnaissance, and the second stage is preliminary site exploration, then detailed exploration, and after that we prepare the soil investigation report or geotechnical report. So we will understand each stage one by one. So first, talking about the site reconnaissance. So in this, we try to find out the soil. We do some visual inspection in the soil. So generally, as I said, visual inspection of the site is done in this stage. And what is the topographical features of that area where we are going to construct any building, and also uh, what is the geological features of the site. So all these things are collected in this site reconnaissance. So in detail, I would like to explain here what are the general observations that we generally made in this stage. So first we try to find out if there is any presence of drainage ditches, or what is the location of groundwater table. So this we do in the visual inspection. If we are able to find out that groundwater is available on the ground, then we can easily visually identify that groundwater table is on the ground or near the ground. Similarly, if there is any presence of spring, that is also being mentioned in the report. And if there is any bridge or if there is any water body nearby, then we also try to find out what is the high flood mark on the bridge. Then if there is any high-rise building available in the nearby site, so that is also being marked in the report. If there is any presence of vegetation, what is the nature of the soil. So all these things we do visually with the help of visual inspection. And if there is any past record of the landslide, in case if we are constructing in the hilly area, there may be past record of the landslide also. Or if there is any record of floods in the region. Similarly, we also make observation on the settlement cracks on the existing building. So if there is any existing building and if there is settlements in the building, that is also being observed in this first stage of uh, field investigation of the soil. So that is the first stage. Now coming to the next stage, that is preliminary site exploration. So this preliminary site exploration is done generally in case of if we have a small project or small residential building. So in that case, we do this preliminary site exploration. So the main objective of this exploration is to obtain the approximate conditions of the subsoil at low cost. So subsoil is basically the soil below the ground. So if this is ground level, then soil below this ground will be the subsoil. So basically in this stage, we try to find out uh, the properties of this subsoil at basically at low cost. So in this, we collect some samples with the help of boring, and with the help of those sample, we conduct laboratory tests to determine various properties of the soil, such as the moisture content of the soil, what is the density of the soil, what is the unconfined compressive strength. So these basic tests are being conducted on the sample. So these samples are collected with the help of boring. So I will show you that one of the sample. So here you can see this is the soil sample collected with the help of boring. So this sample is being tested in the laboratory to check the properties of the soil. So this preliminary site exploration is again determine various properties of the soil, uh, but the cost of this exploration is low as compared to the detailed exploration. So here we will see what are the general information that are generally obtained with this preliminary site exploration. So in this, we approximate the value of soil compressive strength. So in this, we find out compressive strength approximately in this exploration. And also we can determine the position of groundwater table uh, to more accuracy. And also we determine what is the depth of the soil layer. I mean, if in the ground, if there are different layer of the soil, then we also try to find out what is the depth of particular soil layer of the soil strata or soil layer, and what is the composition of the soil, whether it is a sandy soil or clay soil or mixture of clay and silty soil or sandy or silty soil. So all this composition we try to find out in this stage. And what is the depth of hard strata from the ground level. So sometimes we may be required to place our foundation on the hard strata. So for example, if this is the ground level, and on the ground level there is a soft soil, and at some depth there is a rocky soil or the hard strata or hard layer of the soil. So what is the depth from the ground, that is also very important in case if we have to find out the hard strata where we have to place our foundation. So that is also being done in this stage. And yes, the various engineering properties of the soil, such as consistency limits, density index, moisture content. So all these things we determine in this preliminary site exploration. Then coming to the next stage, that is detailed site exploration. Well, this detailed site exploration is not done for all the project. It is done only for very important project where degree of safety is very high. So this detailed exploration is done only for the complex project, major engineering buildings such as dams, bridges, high-rise construction, high-rise buildings. So this detailed site exploration is done only for the important buildings, because this detailed site exploration is very costly. So as I said, a huge amount of capital is required for the detailed site exploration. So therefore, it is not recommended for minor engineering or small engineering projects where budget is limited. So in this stage, we conduct various field tests such as a vein shear test. So this vein shear test is conducted to check the shear strength of the soil. Similarly, we conduct plate load test. Plate load test is conducted to check the bearing capacity of the soil. Similarly, we conduct various laboratory tests also to determine the properties of the soil, such as the permeability, the compressive strength on the undisturbed soil sample. So basically, to get the exact or correct value of the soil properties, sometimes we collect the undisturbed or undistracted soil sample, and then we conduct test on those samples to get the exact value. So that is being done in this detailed site exploration. And then we move to the next stage. So once we conduct all the field test, all the laboratory test, then it means we get data for the soil. So what we do is then we prepare a detailed geotechnical report of that particular ground where we have conducted uh, all the tests. So then we prepare the report of subsoil exploration. So after performing preliminary and detailed site exploration, we prepare the report. So a subsoil investigation or exploration report, it generally has the following sections. First is introduction to the project. what is the project that we are going to construct on that particular ground where we are conducting the test. So first we introduce the project, and what is the scope of site investigation, whether we have done only preliminary site investigation or we have done detailed exploration. So that is also being mentioned here in the form of the scope. Description of the proposed structures, proposed purpose of site investigation. So that is also being given. What is the structure that we are going to construct there? What is the purpose of site investigation? So that is also being explained in detail here in the report. And then the site reconnaissance detail. So that is our first stage of the field investigation. So all the flood mark, landslide record, past the settlement record of the existing building. So all these things are also mentioned under the head of site reconnaissance. Then also we provide the site exploration details, such as the number, location, and depth of borehole. So generally we conduct tests with the help of boring. So first we collect the sample with the boreholes, and we also mentioned in the plan where we have conducted, from where we have collected the sample. So all these borehole details, their location is also mentioned in the plan of the building, or the plan of the area. And what are the methods that are being used to explore the site and their results. So those are also being provided there. And the results of laboratory test performed on the soil there. So that is given in the uh, report, soil report. Then what is the detail of groundwater table? What is its position? So that is also being mentioned in the soil investigation report. And if there is any improvement required in the area for the soil, that is also being provided. Those solutions are also being provided in the report. And sometimes geotechnical engineers provide some recommendations depending on the type of foundation we can provide for a particular building. For example, in a geotechnical engineer may provide a recommendation that isolated footing or a raft foundation may be provided for the building. So all such kind of recommendations can be given in the geotechnical report in itself. So that is all about the field investigation of the soil. So thank you. We will continue our discussion in the next part. Thank you.